The year is 2011. It's a cool autumn Friday and your mom has finally picked you up from your elementary school. After a drive home that felt like forever, you hop out of the car, rush inside, and boot up your family's computer. At the same time, you call your friend on the home phone, telling him you're getting online. By this time, there are many games that have and will be released, but you and your friend have been hooked on one that is, surprisingly, free. Hosting a wide variety of levels from first-person shooters to tycoons to obstacle courses, you will sink hours into it. However, it goes beyond just these levels, as this game will remain a nostalgic time capsule, with relics of the internet that one would be hard-pressed to find today. The game is called Roblox, and with the help of developers and map makers, it would become, at least to you, an internet classic. I have had a Roblox account for almost as long as I can remember. In fact, Roblox may have been the first video game that I played with any sort of consistency. Before Minecraft, Call of Duty, Terraria, Roblox was my game. I spent countless hours on Apocalypse Rising. My friends and I would try to survive the most rounds on Survive the Disasters. We participated in countless obbies and tycoons. I collected countless badges. In fact, I would be lying if I said that I didn't come back every once in a while, to both reminisce and to see what state the game is currently in. While I could talk about the various levels and maps within the game, I want to go deeper, talk about something that is hard to pin down but also impactful on my life as a person growing up in the information age. Does this sound familiar? How about this one? This one? What about this song? There are two places that you could have heard of any of these sounds, either their original source or Roblox. This cacophonous cavalcade of created sound, reutilized by Roblox developers and coders, would become a trademark of early 2010s Roblox. But why? To understand this, one must understand the nature of Roblox within this time period. Roblox was developed by David Baszucki and Eric Castle as a physics experiment for kids and teens to use. However, once they saw the creations the kids were making went beyond pure physics experimentation, they realized they could use this to build something greater. After years of development and testing, the Roblox website came out of beta and officially launched in 2006. While I cannot admit to being that early to the game, I joined 4 years later, at 9 years old, in 2010. This era of Roblox is where I hold my ethos and is where I will focus my attention. Roblox was a reflection of the internet at this time. The modern concept of the meme was just being created. I'm talking about the classics such as Nyan Cat, Trollface, Megusta. The internet was, and still is, a mishmash of ideas, jokes, and references, and Roblox took this concept and ran with it. While many assets within Roblox were created by the intrepid dev, many were also borrowed from other sources. This beautiful chaos is one of the many reasons Roblox became so special to me. Identical sound effects between games created this corded cohesion among creations, and tied different sections of Roblox together. Roblox level developers took unconnected assets, models, and WAV files, and stirred them into a stupendous stew of entertainment and activity. Due to my amount of playtime, these sounds even began to connect with that time in my life as a whole. And I think it is this very nature that makes the game stick in my mind. Many things that come out today are polished, orderly, even many of the top games on Roblox today. With catchy thumbnails, effective but royalty-free music, and decent UIs and coding, they serve as effectively free games that can keep someone satisfied for a decent amount of playtime. But these are not the games that I remember. I remember the default house in Survive the Disasters, where a giant JPEG might kill you in an instant. I remember the haunted hotel, where the jump scares weren't animated monsters, but still images flashing on the screen while a loud sound effect scares the ever-living shit out of your kid self. I remember the cart ride to Pluto, that although it contained 3D spheres and pictures of galaxies, my younger self still found enjoyment and even slight amazement out of it. The massive variety of games, and the hours I spent playing them, sunk Roblox into my brain. Nowadays, I hear the Windows 95 shutdown noise and I get sent back to my youth. A simpler time, where all I worried about was the next disaster, finding food, jumping over lava. And perhaps that is the crux of nostalgia, a melancholic attitude of what once was, and that all things must pass. I reserve judgment on modern Roblox, as I haven't played it nearly enough to talk about its content. However, from what I've heard, the era that I played was peak Roblox, and although the ability to code and play still exists today, it isn't nearly the same as it once was. I think one example of this relates to my favorite Roblox game, Apocalypse Rising. While you can loot items and fight zombies, I grew attached to one item, the radio. This radio would play a variety of 60s to 80s hits, with jokes from the creators of the game spliced in between, acting as if they were locked in a radio tower somewhere in the wasteland. Every time I found this radio, I would pick it up, listening to the music. I even turned these songs into a playlist I still keep on my phone, properly named Apocalypse Radio. Yet, as I grew older, and after a long break from Roblox, I came back to play. After a while, I came across the radio, but the music that played wasn't what it once was. Rather than Marvin Gaye's Mercy Mercy Me or John Lennon's Imagine, royalty-free beats came out of the radio. The laws of copyright had gotten to the game. It showed to me that Roblox had changed, become more refined, and was not the chaotic land that it once was. In fact, this same music-altering phenomenon occurred in Speedrun 4, where songs such as the intro to Clocks were seemingly censored. This facet of Roblox, the fact that fundamental aspects of old levels can still change or break, represents the feelings of nostalgia. Although, through videos or photographs or old friends, you can go back to this time, it will never, ever be the same. You can never return to the full extent of those childhood memories, for better or worse. However, I think this melancholy, this nostalgic ache for days gone by, should be appreciated. We are fundamentally different from who we once were, and our age and growth has changed our capacity for what we can appreciate. Old games, such as Roblox, remain fondly in our mind as how we experience them, and the rose-colored glasses may cloud the reality of a somewhat one-dimensional and quickly stale level. Roblox has and will continue to hold a place in my heart, a great distractor for a younger me. Beyond my personal attachment, its involvement and connection to the internet culture of the time makes it, at least the older levels, a beautiful capsule of what once was on the internet. It is cynical to think there will never be another game like it, but as new media and methods of communication are invented, the pioneers will always find a way to take culture and mash it together in crazy and innovative ways. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This essay is a bit more personal to me. I wanted to branch out into also other fields, such as video essays and things. I may be a legal adult, but this game played such an instrumental role in my childhood that I could talk about it for hours. And leave a like, subscribe, give feedback, I greatly appreciate it. Thanks and have a bad day.